Get ready for the dictation. Start. Fear is over the world and our hearts are failing us. We cannot help asking why we are unable to save ourselves, why this incomprehensible world is so savage and stupid and suffering, why we made ourselves responsible for such queer happenings and monstrous contrasts. Stop. We have great forces to increase the general welfare, for removing the evils of poverty, for bringing about a moral, equitable organization of human society, but the leading nations of the world still cling to the belief that power is the end object of national life, for which all principles of truth and freedom can be sacrificed. Stop. Para. The world of nations is like a nursery full of perverse, bumptious, ill tempered children nagging one another and making a display of their toys of earthly possessions, thrilled by mere size. Stop. The desperate competition for material wealth and domination, coupled with the vastly increased capacity of the human brain for utilizing the forces of nature in the technique of propaganda, has intensified the general anxiety and oppression, the regime of greed and fear. Stop. Para. Today, our civilization, with its military and forceful mode of living, faced by the possibility of racial suicide, is turning disenchantment. Stop. In a mood of the Indian civilization is not great in the high qualities which have made the youthful nations of the West the dynamic force they have been on the arena of world history, the quality of ambition and adventure, of public spirit and enthusiasm. Stop. But it has lived long, faced many a crisis, and preserved its identity. Stop. Its age suggests that it has a sound instinct for life, a strange vitality, a strange power which has enabled it to adjust itself to social, political, and economic changes. Stop. Perhaps one needs a good deal of suffering and sorrow to learn a little understanding and tolerance. Stop. A spiritual attitude to life has nourished it a little more persistently. Stop. Is it too much to hope that a proper orientation, literally the values derived from the Orient, the truths of the inner life of humanity and love, will bring hearing and true love to this sorely distracted, diseased world in which we find ourselves? Question mark. Para. I am an optimist. Stop. I have faith that the spirit of man cannot be permanently entombed. Stop. The secret solidarity of the human race cannot be abolished by the passing inanities of the human world. Stop. The people of the different countries are anxious to live in peace. Stop. They are unwilling to indulge in hate, suppression, and fear of others which their leaders indicate. Stop. It is not in them to gloat over the sufferings of others simply because they do not belong to their race or country, but their social nature distorted into queer shapes by the poison poured into their blood. Stop. We want leaders who will cut across the artificial ways of living which seduce us from the natural springs of life. Stop.